Welcome back to our quest to restore the glory of Zoroastrian Persia. Our Bavandid dynasty has come a long way, but time is no longer our ally. Our ruler, now in the twilight of his years, knows that every moment counts. The challenge is immense, uniting the Iranian people and elevating our prestige before it's too late. War looms on the horizon, and whispers of civil strife echo through the realm. Today we stand on the brink of destiny. Will we reclaim the ancient Persian Empire, or will our legacy fade into the sands of time? Welcome back to our Zoroastrian Iranian Resurgence series, where we are doing pretty well here with the Bavandid Kingdom. We have gotten the majority of the actual Empire of Persia here. The sort of chunk in the middle is all us here. We have some expansion to do both east and west, which should not be a problem. In terms of the Iranian Intermezzo itself, if we look at the struggle endings, which the game doesn't show us because it likes to glitch out every now and then, but I know it's here so I can click it anyway. If we scroll down and look at our actual requirements, all that is left for us to do is become exalted amongst men, which we are currently illustrious and almost halfway to exalted amongst men, and we need 60% of all involved or interloper counts or higher to share the Iranian heritage. Currently 52%, but I think we should be able to bump that up relatively easily. I think if we expand out our actual kingdom a little bit and then just grant those lands to counts, it'll help that percentage go up, and we can have a look through our vassals and maybe try and revoke anybody who isn't actually a culture with Iranian heritage. Core issue though is time. We are 61 years old, in poor health, largely due to frozen grief, which may have been a mistake, but I think at the time the actual mental break effects were not great either. Theoretically though, even if we die, our son here will inherit both of the kingdoms that we have created of Daylum and Persia here, so he should be able to continue this, assuming of course that the actual concession ending doesn't happen. We're at 337 out of 500. If this gets to 500, we can no longer end the Iranian Intermezzo. Now, somebody did point out that, of course, we still could just do it anyway, but we won't get any of those benefits of actually ending the Iranian Intermezzo. So, just like before, we are going to keep steamrolling ahead, trying to deal with everybody that we come across. Especially since Chola has now exploded in size thanks to the fact that he is a conqueror. So we are also racing against him to try and pick up this land up here for the remainder that we need inside of Persia before he gobbles it all up and then we are face to face with the conqueror. I'm going to start over here in Buzjan. We can actually do a holy war for duchy here, which we like a lot because we get all of the land back in our possession and can hand it off to other counts of Iranian heritage. I'm going to declare this war straight away, immediately raise all of my troops. We do have dangerous factions. Independence from Liege is not great. We also have one that is lower county control. Who is involved in this? Just one count over here. Seems like you would actually convert, though. It's kind of ironic that I'm converting you to be a Shari, even though we're secretly Zoroastrian, but that might kick her out of the faction, and then it's just the peasants that we have to deal with. I also have to go through and make sure that I assign all of our new vassals that aren't yet assigned to a tax jurisdiction. Looks like we've done that. Some of them are still wildly unhappy with us, but we should be able to control it with some marriages and forcing them into an alliance. That is another reason why I'm slightly afraid of dying and playing as our son, as I don't know if he will have what he needs to actually hold this realm together long enough for us to actually end the struggle. Gonna station the besiegers here at this man's capital, split the rest of the troops in half, and they're gonna chase down the army, see if we can grab the leader, because winning this war shouldn't be a problem, but getting it in time is our main thing. An overworked tax collector. So I could give him a break and he'll gain 20 opinion of us, or I can say it's good that you're overworked because my vassals expect their taxes to be handled efficiently. We'll definitely do this one. He likes us anyway. It's hard work, but it is good work. Oh, look at this. One of my counts here has actually arranged for me to have a day off, and it's actually going to help with our stress quite a bit, which will be huge. I do also want to get my stress down below level 1 here, because that's not going to help with our health either. As a matter of fact, now that I have the gold, I might even just plan a feast feast in the capital here because of the fact that I both want to get my stress down and also make sure that we are still getting as much prestige as possible so that we can become exalted among men. I would go in to the actual diplomacy lifestyle focus, but if we have a look at that for a second, I've just recently rotated into the medicine focus for the health boost, which I'm actually fine with, so I have to get prestige a different way. So for now, let's hold a feast in the capital. Hopefully none of the vassals that hate us show up and try to kill us, but we'll see how this plays out. This war is going perfectly. We are beating the army that has the leader in it, and we have almost sieged down the capital. Meanwhile, here we go. The peasants are firing. They want a tax lien. We would lose some legitimacy, control, and they would gain increased autonomy. Normally, whenever this comes up, unless I'm significantly in a poor position, I would typically always just actually fight them. And I'm sort of tempted to actually grant the tax lien here, though. Like, it's not great having to increase autonomy and whatnot. I mean, it is for 10 years as well, but it's just mainly because of the fact that we have so many factions to deal with. I don't want to say, yes, I'll fight you, and then immediately a different faction fires. So for these, I'm actually going to grant that tax lien, and then we'll fight likely some of the ones that actually want independence. Now, there we go. With the capital siege and the battle won, we are at 100% here. I will enforce my demands as always. And we will get back to granting these lands off to men with Iranian heritage. I might actually give this land to some of my sons, mainly because I got a notification recently that some of them are actually planning to leave the court because there is nothing for them to do. And that has helped a little bit with the Iranian heritage one. We're still only at 53%, however. Now, our court grandeur is below its expected level of 3. I'm actually going to spend a little bit more to boost our court amenities here. I'm going to put everything up to about tier 3. This should get us to around court grandeur level 5, which should help us. I would like to be even above what we are expected, but definitely not below, because that's making us get even less prestige, which is not what we want. Now, the feast has gone incredibly well. We have gained a bit of prestige, and we've also lost all of our stress. Now, up next, we're going to go over here for the Vorotalmat Emirate over here. We can also do a holy war, so we're going to want to do this since we can't do the normal conquest, as we are still in the actual stabilization phase. Incredible news, we managed to get the first battle off straight away while standing on the capital, so we can also immediately start to siege this down. We have managed to gain our first whole of body perk here, anatomical studies for the personal physician treatments, having better outcomes, which could be very important. We're going to make our way down wash your hands here, and then iron constitution for the massive health boost. There's another holy war finished, nice and clean, the way that we like them. That has actually helped quite a bit. Obviously, there's going to be some movement as well in terms of who's in control and whatnot just around Persia without our involvement, but we're now only 3% off the 60% we need with the Iranian heritage. Also, because we gain quite a bit of prestige from elevating lowborns here, we are also very close to becoming exalted among men. I am just going to keep going here. Anywhere that is inside of Persia and I can do a holy war against, I will do. This is just a county, but it is better than nothing. Now, I do have a lot of counts as vassals. I could make some duchies. The only reason why I'm not at the moment is the actual duchy rulers all expect an alliance. I don't have that many children. I mean, actually, I have a lot of children, actually. I have, well, 12. I think 2 of them have died, so we're down to like 10 children. But even still, it can be difficult if they don't have somebody to marry off. Like the Emirate of Isfahan here. He doesn't like me because we don't have a marriage, but he is nobody that I can marry. And we've gained a nickname. We are known as the Good. Okay, we'll take that. We can get used to that. We'll take the prestige, definitely anyway. Now, here we have a faction that is actually looking for independence, so we definitely want to fight these. Oh, it's actually not just here. They are also up here, but that should be fine. We can deal with this. It'll take us a second. They might get a siege or 2 off, but it should be fine. That is the Holy War for County 1, so that's that taken care of at the very least. Let's grant this off. We'll send the army down here to deal with these rebels. In the meantime, we do have another dynasty legacy. Now, I was going down warfare here to try and make my overall army better, but I don't think I actually saw brilliance the last time I checked here. This seems unique to this part of the world. It gives some nice bonuses, plays into the actual, like, house dynamics as well, with marriage acceptance for dynasty members and things, courtly vassal opinion, Ancient Authority gives us a new tax decree and specific men-at-arms. And then Splendor Reborn, we can embellish the capital. Let's head down this tree anyway. I don't often play in this region of the world. Let's see what it has to offer. Stabilization is transitioning into unrest, which will start in 90 days. That is good news for us. Once we deal with these rebellions, we can continue our expansion efforts. That is the first group of rebels dealt with. A bit of a trek, but I have to go all the way up here to deal with the rest of them. But I have actually now gained enough prestige that we are officially exalted among men, which now means that there is only one requirement left. Oh, look at that. The UI is back. There's only one requirement left, and that is the 60% Iranian heritage. We're still at 57%. Hopefully with a few more wars, though, we can get to 60. I am also going to put my crown law here at limited crown authority, so at least we have the ability to actually revoke certain titles if we need to. Oh, our wife is dead. At least the memories remain. She died at 57. I'm 64 and still going. Now, we finally made it up north so we can deal with the remainder of these rebels, which should put an end to this, unless I've missed a small group somewhere else. No, I haven't. That is them dealt with. Now, the issue I have is I've somewhat run out of big holy wars that I can do to grab nice bits of land and then hand them off to Iranian heritage counts. And a lot of the other counties around here are all already ruled by Iranian heritage counts. So they're not really the problem. The problem really is the land over here, because practically none of this is ruled by Iranian heritage counts. I could attempt to go to war against the Arabian Empire for the Emirate of Azerbaijan up here. The problem isn't so much winning this war, although they are quite strong. The problem for me really is time, because we are 64 years old and in poor health. We are, of course, going down the learning lifestyle focus and everything else. But to be honest, I don't think we have much time left in this world, and if I die, my heir could continue everything, but the problem is he would still be on the clock, because he would have to become exalted amongst men as well, before he can actually finish the Iranian Resurgence, and all the while the concession ending is ticking up. The alternative is that I just actually try and revoke some titles that I have inside of my realm here. It's going to cause tyranny, it's going to cause a big civil war, a bunch of people will likely join this faction. If I can put this down quickly enough, though, and just not die before I finish it, I can imprison all of them, hand all the land back, and technically we should be fine. So before I fire this, I'm actually going to go and make sure that I betroth off all of my children here to the best alliances I can get outside of the realm. Okay, with those alliances locked in, let us attempt this. Let's see how many of them are actually going to rise up against me. It looks like it's going to be about 5,000, which should be fine. We want to try and deal with this as quickly as possible. So already it has ballooned in size. A lot more allies have joined them. They're up to 10,000 men now, which is a bit more of an issue. We do have our allies coming in from sort of all over the place, really. A lot of them are quite far away, though. It might take them a little bit to get here. Some of them are involved in wars. It's going to be a little bit dicey, but hopefully we can pull it off. Oh, I don't believe it. It's been invalidated because the man that I tried to revoke the title off died. I'm going to immediately revoke a duchy off the man who's inherited it. It's actually the Dulafids here who have inherited both of the duchies. I was able to use a hook this time, so it's no more tyranny, but I'm sure people will still rise up against me. This may actually work out even more in our favor, though, because it's not as tyrannical as it was before, because I actually had a hook on this man. I don't think the entire realm is going to join in. I'm going to attempt to just siege down the capital here. Hopefully we can grab somebody of interest, because the quicker this goes, the better. We already wasted a lot of time with the first one. Now, the one issue is that he has called the Arabian Empire in to help him, but the Arabian Empire is involved in a different war and has actually been taken prisoner by our allies, the Afrigid, which is tremendous news. So hopefully we can keep them at bay long enough that by a few more sieges, we should be able to just actually win this war outright. Oh, incredible timing. One of the men who knew about my secret has now exposed my faith. I could say I'll never doubt it again, and I will lose a level of devotion, or I can say it is the one true faith. Let's do it, let's do it. I wanted to wait until this war was over, but we'll reveal it. We will reveal now in the midst of war that we are actually a Zoroastrian. Thankfully, this war has just come to a close. We can finish it at just 98% here. I will enforce my demands straight away. This actually worked out perfectly because I was able to revoke both of those duchies off of him. And if my logic is right, once I grant these lands away, we should be at 60% and be able to do our Iranian Resurgence. And because we have come out and told the world that we are actually Zoroastrian, we should be able to convert it to Zoroastrianism as well. Not all in one go, but that should be the direction we take with the Iranian Resurgence. Let's have a look though. It's actually gone down. We're at 56%. Give me a break. The good thing though is because we are publicly Zoroastrian, we can demand anybody who is not Zoroastrian to convert, and then when they decline, they'll be prisoners and we can revoke their lands off of them as well. I can also restore the Magi here. Since the fall of the Sasanian Empire at the advent of the Muslim rule, the rightful Mazdayan priesthood has languished in obscurity. It is time to bring this shame to end, ignite the sacred fires all across our land, and return the Magi, or the Magi, back to prominence as our stalwart allies of the rightful Shah. Establish a new religious head, and the eternal flames burn once more. So now that these men are known prisoners, I can revoke their lands, and it will not be tyrannical. They might try and revolt though, so I will raise my army just in case. And they have, which is not fantastic, mainly because it's going to take us a bit more time to grab these lands, but we should be fine. I have also asked that Emir Hussam here of the Zadid Emirate converts over. He has, of course, rejected, so we're going to go to war with him. But interestingly, this is the son of the man who was initially our liege when we actually started this run. So poetically, we could finish the run attacking the same family that we started the run attacking. There it is, a viable prisoner captured. I knew he was still only a child. He was in the capital. We managed to pick him up. We can enforce our demands here. And once I revoke this, surely this will get us to 60%. Oh my word, I think it worked. I think it worked. We can actually do it. This is tremendous. So in the end, concession reached about 391 out of 500, so still cutting it a little bit close for comfort. I have no doubt if I was to start this run again, knowing what I know now, I likely could have gotten there a little bit quicker, but I'm still pretty proud we were able to make it happen within one life and before the actual concession ending. It would have been nice to choose when to actually expose ourselves as being Zoroastrian, but realistically, it worked out well in the end. So we're going to gain the Fate of Persian Empire Legend Seed, the nickname the Flame of Persia. We'll get the Persian Empire title. We'll also get 500 heavy cavalry and 2,000 heavy infantry. 5,000 prestige. Our dynasty gains Flame of Persia for a load of deadly bonuses. We will increase the Iranian heritage, offer vassalage acceptance, increase demand conversion acceptance, 10,000 renown. All Iranian heritage struggle region counties and involved rulers of different faiths have a 50% chance to convert to our Zoroastrian faith. That's why I wanted to make sure that we came out as Zoroastrian before this decision. And then every Iranian heritage involved ruler gains rekindled Persian spirit, becomes independent if liege is not of Iranian heritage, and gains an army of loyal Iranian soldiers. And then our culture Dalamite gains 100% cultural acceptance with all other Iranian cultures, and all Iranian cultures will be more effective against and resistance to promote culture against or by non-Iranian cultures. So here we go. We can officially promote our fate and reignite the flames. There it is. We've actually done it. The Bavandid Empire Foundation and New Persia. As the sun rises behind Mount Damavand, its soft glow warms the pale fields. The crown of the Persian Empire will no longer be a mere historical lineage, but a symbol of our heroic struggle against Caliph Abdallah. No foreign invader shall again restrain us. We have reclaimed the power and glory of the ancient days when the world trembled before the King of Kings. Soon, all of Persia will fly the flags of a new empire. My empire. And there it is. The Iranian Intermezzo is finished. We officially have the Persian Empire title, and all is well. Look at our crown as well. That is tremendous. 68 years old. We cut it close, but we were able to do it all in one life as well. For now, I'm going to leave this here. I feel like I have achieved our primary goal of the Iranian Resurgence. Do let me know down in the comments if you would like to see this continue to actually expand out and restore the original Persian borders. I am more than happy to look into that. Our playstyle can somewhat shift back now to something more normal. We can play it a bit slower, take care of things and whatnot, because Once I realized that I couldn't make that decision if enough time passed, I just had to beeline it and go for it. I would have loved to take more attention and care looking through some of the different decisions that we had, but realistically, I just had to focus on getting it done before we died. But do let me know if you want me to continue. We can have a look and see what it's like to actually play as a Zoroastrian ruler, and see if we can fight against the actual Arabian Empire, the now Chola Empire as well, and restore Persia to its original borders. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoy, please don't forget to like and subscribe. A massive shout out to all of our channel members helping to support the channel and everything that I'm doing here, and a very special shout out to our Emperor's Hands tier, Faustbread, Spencer Robert, Batch Plays, and Wyatt Laird. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.